Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. Season 2 of The Exorcist has premiered last night and I've watched the first episode and I thought I would give you my thoughts on it. Now for those of you that have followed my channel for a while, The Exorcist, the TV show last year, was one of the first things I reviewed on this channel. Certainly the first 2 or 3 episodes I reviewed, and then a couple of months ago I did a full season review from the first season. And I have to say, this show last year was one of my favourite shows of the year. I thought it was a real surprise and I think it delivered on a lot of levels, even though it did have its flaws. So I have been very looking forward to seeing the second season, and I'm really pleased that we've got another season. And I only just found out a couple of days ago that this season they were going in a completely new direction and they weren't following on from the first season. They were telling a new story, which initially I was a little bit disappointed with because I'd already made them connections to some of the characters from last season. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought that probably makes sense. What we get in this very first episode in season 2 is we meet again Father Thomas and Father Marcus, and they are out on a dirt road driving really fast, trying to escape a car behind them, and in the back of this truck Father Marcus has a girl pinned down who is clearly possessed, and they're trying to get away from these people behind. It's her husband and what have you, from like it's probably sort of Texan town it looks like, and they think that they've kidnapped her, so they're trying to stop them. So he's trying to do this exorcism in the back of a truck with Father Thomas driving, and they manage to escape the pursuers, and they take her into like an abandoned barn somewhere and continue with the exorcism. And while this is happening, Father Thomas learns that he can, when invited or when he wants, enter the demonic demon's consciousness, and in a way to drive it out, which is what we saw a little bit at the end of last season of how he defeated that demon. But Father Marcus isn't happy about this, and he's basically saying you're risking your life when you do that sort of thing. But Father Thomas thinks it's a gift from God, which is why he can do this. And this is set 6 months after the end of the first season, so it's 6 months later, and they've been on the road together, and Father Marcus has been teaching him how to be an exorcist. So that's where they're at in this episode. But we also meet as well John Cho's character, John Cho, who you may remember from Harold and Kumar, and he plays Sulu in the new Star Trek movies. He runs a foster home for children, and he's got about half a dozen kids in there, I think. Clearly cares for them, and we're introduced to them slowly throughout this episode. They've got some younger ones and some more teenagey ones, and they slowly but surely hints of creepy things start happening. There's a blind kid in there, and I think he's going to be the main focus of the demonic possessions this season, as a blind kid. But also what we see in one of Father Thomas's visions when he enters this demonic spirit is like children's handprints on the side of like a wall. And we don't know what that means until the very end of this episode, where the foster home, we notice that the children have put their own handprints on the inside of the wall as a decoration thing, as a lot of kids do. So this children's foster home is clearly going to be the focus this time around on season 2. And I'm pretty pleased about that, because it's really going to rack the tension up if there's all them kids at stake. So, very strong opening to the season. I'm really pleased with what I've got. And I'm really quite looking forward to season 2. I'm interested to see what direction it goes in. And I hope it's going to be a bit more of a contained story this year.